seat next to me. I know you know who he be, all up on your TV. Who'da thought that I would get this lick? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Phonetics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? You want play, better take it to the sand line. Fuck around, find your head buried in a sandbox. Your body in the bay, on the way to Bangkok. Mama on her knees praying, looking for some answer. Mirror boy, you don't wanna contest me. Leave you all lumpy like the bottom of a Nestle. When I was younger, that I grows to be so sexy. Now the hunger growing in me and it won't let me. Stop making heat so I can show you what I'm made of. You faking thugs need to quit, that shit is made up. Hustling, trying to get the paper. I keep it ippin' while I'm shaking. Are you faking paid up? Who'da thought that I would get this lick? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No, loved ones.
This is life, no jokes, no games, we gon' get it. Money, paper, though, she's cash bank, we gon' get it. Call it whatever you want, we gon' get it. Don't work hard to get it, spend it, do whatever we want with it. So what we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway. What we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow, I'ma tell it like it is in this cold world without no money. Life is hard, and shit ain't funny. You gotta stay on the hustle or grind, posting on the block all day just for nickels and dimes. It ain't fair being nowhere fair with no air to breathe, man. This game I have you try in this hand like quicksand, man. It's not a toy to play with. This life shit is hard to enjoy if you ain't got shit, and if you don't make it, you stay praying. For better days to stand up. Please throw your hands up and say amen with me. If you feel like I feel, you will feel my heat. I'm a youngster, so what? We want the same thing, and that's money, cash, dough. Money, cash, soul, let's get it. Money, cash, and all of your blood. But if you ain't trying to work, then nigga, you can cut. No jokes, no games, we gon' get it. Money, paper, though, she's cash bank, we gon' get it. Call it whatever you want, we gon' get it. Don't work hard to get it, spend it, do whatever we want with it. So what we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway. What we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway.
What I gotta do. 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 Keep my nose to the grind and my mind right. They say 20/20 vision comes in hindsight. Dreams are rocking mics, living in the limelight. Pounds and pets up on the back saying y'all tight. But where the money at? Where the contract? All the things that come along with having bomb rap. Blang the blang, nah, I ain't really feeling that. Sell my soul, nah, I ain't really feeling that. All the rappers giving me, I'm finna give it back. Stuck for what? Nah, that ain't where I'm really at. And neither is y'all, I'm just trying to ball. Buy my mama something nice and enjoy my life. I can't seem to figure out what's trying to hold me back. I'm fighting off thoughts of going out, holding the sack. I take 2 steps forward, then it's 4 right back. I keep doing this here, cause I know I can rap. And I'ma rise to the top, blow up the spot. ain't no way I'ma stop. Deep in my heart, I know I'm gon' pop, so I'ma do what I gotta do. Make the best with what I got, raise the bar. Fanatic model do. Hey, I'ma do what I gotta do. Leave the rest up to the Lord, my dreams will come true. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
I've been broke, still broke, barely cope, little hope, but I'm going for mine. Now I'm a hustler, so I stay on the climb. You wanna rise, hold on and get left behind. Can't pull you up if your momentum keeps pulling me down. Can't pull you up if your procrastination keeps me from releasing the sound that's so profound. And I found that there's no limitation to what we can achieve. We sitting on cheese in the midst of weeding out the ones that really don't believe. Once a thought is now conceived, so we shall proceed. Yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu, to keep mixing fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can geek to. We've been through it, seen past it, makes it all the more reason I gotta have it. Cause when it comes to being a fanatic, I'm like an addict, I'm so addicted. Makes me wanna grab the mic and rip shit. But the rap game done shifted, and I ain't really feeling you know who. So what a legend like me got to do.
What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do
to prove myself to you.
What I gotta do
to make these ends come through. What I gotta do, follow through. Bottle, hollow models, and Mac game like Donald do.
What I gotta do,
go global, capitalize on what eyes have seen over horizons like Verizon Mobile.
What I gotta do,
who'da thought that quiet is kept, fanatic motto, best kept.
What I gotta do,
secret deep dash free fest with absolute finesse. I'm blessed, shoulda told ya.
What I gotta do,
cue up the beat, freak discreet techniques for the street that's pimpin'.
What I gotta do,
if I really wanna succeed,
what I gotta do,
keep my head 7 levels above the sea. Don't let the greed of cheese bring the hood out of man. Keep striving and continue to stand on two.
What I gotta do, what I gotta do, what I gotta do.
Now I'm writing raps for my folks, and they feel it, it's feel. Now I'm writing raps for my folks, and they feel it, it's feel.
I've waited all my life. To find someone for me. And then it came and changed my life so suddenly.
You see me watching, girl, know that I'm feeling you. I ain't no DA, damn sure ain't no Rudy Poo. When you get lonely, need shoulder for leaning on. When you get horny, need a player for freaking on. Who'da thought? Y'all with the killer raps. Don't be scared. If you kiss me, I'll kiss you back. Matter of fact, let's get down to the facts. No frontin' on your boy, let's go to the back. Would you like it if I held you like that? You're doing something to me, hold it like that. Slow wine, wanna lay back and roll a sack. Let yourself go, ain't no need for no hold it back. So sweet talk, kinda light and bubbly. Now keep the seat, girl, I'm loving you, loving me. A different world like that's what God love can be. Can't even believe you changed my life so suddenly. Ain't no need for me lying, boo. Here in the kitchen and the bed, you know what to do. We just met, and I'm loving you. Independence is official. What you do? Something like a dream. I've been searching a long time. I found a queen. Behold, the ladies on mine. My sweet thing, I mean, escape the pain. I know time got me, so I'll make the change. I used to be the type to say what I wouldn't do. Now you got me doing things that I couldn't do. You pick me up with my emotions running low. No need for running. I found what I'm looking for. So come along, take my hand, baby, follow me. Can't believe what I got here in front of me. In your heart, in your mind, where I gotta be. You came and rearranged my life so suddenly.
waits for no man. I learned that as a young man, these cards were dealt from my mother's hand. I'm from the land in like any sin, sick city in this nation. You lose if time you waste done. I was taught step up the pace when the going gets tough. Never back down, keep your head up when the going gets rough. Don't be that runner, live your life off of blood. Cause ain't no future when you're front. You smoke just like a blunt. Don't stay on the grind while my be on the hunt. Don't take what y'all need while my get what we want. Cause we some go-getters, go-getters. And it's my duty to give my all in everything I'm involved. Watch me evolve, go-getters, go-getters. And ain't no stopping this force behind my incline. So divine, like right on time, go-getters, go-getters. Won't catch me slanging or banging on no corners. Cause I love my little freedom, plus this is California. When they throwing out strikes, so don't say I didn't warn you. Go get us authentic, made in Oakland, California.
Your VP at SBA?
Oh, somebody is waving for the people watching.
Amazing professor here at Howard University.
Since they can't see her, somebody was waving. Dr. Kanisha Grant was waving at Andrew, but we are joined by Latasha Brown, who runs
My sister.
with Black Voters Matter. She runs that with Cliff Albright, and we are so happy to have you on set, Latasha, because Charlemagne has been trying to bring our joy down.
No, I'm just looking at the realist.
So we need some
I'm
joy.
trying to
Make
deal
sure
with
you keep the
reality.
mic closer.
Push your mic closer.
Yeah.
I don't know
Give
what the reality
Charlemagne
gonna
some
be
joy.
yet. I'm just trying to think about all possibilities and all possible outcomes.
But it's still a pathway.
Okay.
Like, it's still a pathway. And listen, the bottom line is, for black folks, like, at the end of the day, what do we do in this season? At the end of the day, like, I hear, but there's no major surprises. I mean, I think the only surprise, though, is how the hell all these millions of people are voting for this man.
Right.
Like, that, we know it, but really, what's going to happen tonight, I will say this, whatever happens tonight is a reflection of the future.
That's right.
That's just the truth. It's a reflection of where we are, what we think about ourselves, and what we think about each other as neighbors. And so that is the truth. We can depend on that.
You guys have knocked on so many doors and made so many contacts with voters, both old and new. Natasha, what are some of the surprises you saw in the field and some of the things?
And Angela joined them, by the way. Just so you know,
She did.
Joined Black Voters Matter.
Baby,
As
Angela
she
was in
calls
these
it,
streets.
she was door knocking. That's what
Oh,
she called it.
I messed up. I know, it was so funny.
You know, I think the biggest surprise, there were no real big surprise. I think that my biggest surprise, well, we were talking to people a few days ago, and they were saying that they were going to vote on, like middle-aged folks, they were going to vote on election day. They weren't going to vote on early voting because they didn't trust voting on early voting. So that was a surprise to me, right? I was really shocked to hear that.
And you heard that in Georgia?
I heard that in Georgia, but there were multiple states, right, that there's a lot of trust being eroded from across the country. Some of the stuff that Trump has been saying is so interesting because we don't think that it's hurtful, but it's been hurtful for the entire process. So,
You want North Carolina?
I wasn't surprised. I said, now Georgia, I'm still trying to hold this.
Wait, are you saying they projected?
No, they called it. They called
Oh, they called North
Yeah, they called
Carolina.
North Carolina.
These 40 electoral votes.
That's fine. That's,
Yeah,
that's quite a distance. Quite a distance.
Yeah.
So how do you feel?
Joe Biden can win North Carolina.
Right.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm y'all the experts. I'm just here.
How you feeling, Latasha? How you feeling?
You know, I am in this moment. I'm scared as hell, right?
There you go. Now somebody want to tell the goddamn truth. All of y'all up here with
No,
your
we're trying to hold on to
Listen,
I'm holding on to my joy. I'm holding on to my
and there's
joy.
no, I'm holding my joy, but they got nothing to do with me being scared.
I get it.
Right?
I get it.
Like it requires courage.
I don't want no hope. Where's the
Before
dope?
you got up here, Lennar said, bring Latasha on because she a realist.
Listen,
He did say that before you got up here.
Right.
listen.
Envy back.
You know, it is.
Envy needs some
What
joy,
is
too.
what is scaring you? She just said she's
This
scared as
number.
hell.
I think, yeah.
She
the
said
numbers-
she has
the numbers
joy,
scare
but
me.
she's
The numbers
scared.
scare me. The numbers
Numbers
scare me.
scared, see?
You know, Georgia, it's too close in Georgia. I really
Yeah.
thought that Georgia was going to have a different outcome. North Carolina, I said North Carolina. I wasn't surprised by North Carolina. Arizona, I'm a little surprised about. You know,
Why?
Arizona. I really thought that Arizona, that she would perform better in Arizona.
It's not.
Now it's got to be
It's only
early
51%.
on their results.
Only 51%. It's too close, but it's only 51%.
Okay.
You think he's gonna win Arizona?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You think he's going to win?
Oh Lord.
What are your thoughts
Now
on
I
Georgia?
understand why you scared.
I gotta say I'm a little disappointed that Georgia just.
Oh, I am super disappointed.
Yeah.
Can I ask y'all a question? What happened to Stacey Abrams? Didn't you think she had the magical powers to mobilize people in Georgia? Like, what happened?
No, well, let me say, Stacey Abrams did a lot. I never want to take away from what Stacey Abrams did.
That's what I'm saying. What happened
No,
to her?
but I just want to say she did not do that work alone. Latasha has been on the ground like for decades. Black voters matter.
But listen, the sister did her work. And,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of groups that have been doing work.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to actually say voter suppression doesn't go away because we're working hard. We actually have to overcome that.
Right.
So we're seeing that in the South. This year alone, y'all, there's been over 300 bills been passed around voter suppression. So for all of us, it's been harder this year. So that's just a reality. And so ultimately, that doesn't make it still, it's like you're moving the goalposts. And you got to jump higher, you got to jump higher. And then when you don't jump that high, then it becomes like a reflection on something wrong with you. We've been working our tails off to Georgia. Right. We've been on the ground doing our work. But when you are purging hundreds of thousands of voters, when you're creating laws to make it much more difficult for people in the process, it has an cumulative effect. So we're going to deal with that. Whether Harris wins or not, that's still a reality that we're facing, particularly in the South, which is why we need voters. We need to make sure that we have stronger voting rights.
Who was the guy you were on the panel with in Georgia, the secretary? It wasn't
Oh, my God.
Sterling?
Yes, Sterling.
Yeah. So this is a concern of mine. Yeah, he's a jackass. But I want to say this because he did a 60 Minutes profiled him. And he said something that I thought was so telling. He said, voter suppression is not real. And neither is, I'm paraphrasing, but essentially neither is this idea that you're stealing an election. So basically the left is wrong and Donald Trump is wrong.
White folks said slavery was good job.
Precisely.
but
everybody uplifted him. They uplifted him because he did the right thing. He became a hero for doing what he was supposed to do. It's like if I go into a store and I don't steal nothing, I'm all of a sudden a hero because he didn't find these 11,000 votes for Donald Trump. This is my challenge, Latasha, because I think so many people are so willing to celebrate him, and yet we do still see rampant voter suppression in the state of Georgia, and people think, no, we fixed all those problems, we solved all those problems. So I think it's so crucial what you just said. We are climbing hurdles.
We're climbing hurdles.
Yes.
We're climbing mountains. It wasn't even in 2022. It's matter of fact, in 2022, what we saw, people kept saying, well, see, there's no voter suppression because there's been high voter turnout, right? As if we didn't, the amount of resources, the time and the energy that we're doing around getting people, making sure that people are voting, making sure that folks have access to the ballot, that's crazy, right? It's really unconscionable. So at the end of the day, when we're seeing this, we still have to factor in voter suppression. Regardless of the outcome, voter suppression is real, and it's impacting us. And it's like death by 1,000 cuts. You shave off a few here, you shave off a few there, and then you get this ultimate outcome. And so part of what we've always been concerned about is we've got to overwhelm the vote. But what that does is that places an undue burden on us. Just listen, I ain't owning this one right here. I'm not owning this. White women gonna have to own this, right? White men gonna have to own this. Latino men and women gonna have to own this. We're not just gonna own this. It is not our responsibility to save this democracy solely by ourselves. My concern is that every single damn time. So we have done the work, and it's been a beautiful, brilliant coalition of people doing the work. But the truth of the matter is, America is structurally stuck into racism and will not fundamentally deal with that, because at the end of the day, this particular man, we are seeing white supremacy walk around and parade itself right
I agree with you, Latasha. That's why I think we have to stop saying we're going to save the democracy. They're getting the democracy they want. They're getting the democracy they voted for. So we just, honestly, we probably just in the way, because this is what they want, clearly.
Yeah, but it's not about it's not just about them. We're saving the democracy that we want too. At least an element of it, because at the end of the day, we know harm reduction. So part of us, black folk ain't crazy. We actually know that this system is racist. We know that this system has not worked in favor of us. We know that it's marginalized. We're sitting here seeing a man with 34 felonies, right? Think about it. In a state that you couldn't even vote, right, with having a felony conviction. Now it is that and they actually were going after folks who were formerly incarcerated folks to get their rights back. But in that same state, this man has 34 felonies and he's running for president. So we're literally looking at the double standard that has always been here. I don't think that black folks are fooled by believing in the system or protecting some democracy. That is the democracy in the Constitution. But what we know is that when democracy is not in place, i.e. the opportunity for us to weigh in on of leadership that it don't work well for us. When we're not able to put people in place that actually align or at least will protect us, it don't work well for us. When we don't have policies in place to make sure that we have resources for our children, for our families, it doesn't work well for us. So ultimately, there's a level of democracy that we recognize is not the democracy we desire or deserve, but it's one at the very least that reduces the harm happening to our community.
What's the biggest pathway? What's the pathway, Latasha?
Let me see what they're called.
What's the pathway?
I got 187.
187 to 230. What's the pathway to fix
Michigan, no, she can still pull this. Michigan, she got to win all. She got to win Michigan. She got to win Pennsylvania. She got to win
She couldn't even win the state that her people from. And y'all telling me that was
no. They didn't call that. Minnesota.
Minnesota was done.
No, I mean
You
done.
got Minnesota. You got that.
Oh, okay.
Come on now. Come on now.
It's too early to call. It's too early to call.
Okay.
Envy was asking what's the.
Yeah, what was the biggest hurdle that you see?
I think misinformation and disinformation. Right. Oh, absolutely. Misinformation, disinformation. Like the kind of the information that is being seeded in our communities. And we can always tell, it's interesting. We were going to some college campuses in Pennsylvania and North Carolina, and we started hearing brothers at a particular age saying the same thing. And when you start seeing patterns, you're asking where you get that, and it's wrong information because it's something different, right? And we kept hearing the patterns because there's information. We know, this is documented, that Russia, even right now, that we saw in Georgia, there were 19 bomb threats that literally went to codes of polls in Georgia, right? The FBI put out a statement that was from a Russian, they traced that back to Russian. We've got to be clear, I got Russian packages to my home in 2022, that there are other actors that have vested interest in this election cycle, and they are actively targeting black voters because we are leverage vote. But the truth of the matter is we're not the majority vote. We are the leverage vote, and so we've got to keep that. In order to have the kind of protection that we need, we literally have to have allyship. And so the question is, they're not going to put this on the field, which is black vote. At the end of the day, I'm asking the question. Don't be talking to me about no black men. What these white women do?
Right.
When you think about things like somebody just voted an interesting data point down in county,
Plus charm, the y'all player haters, maybe took. I better on, wait a minute, take a second look. I'm like, nature's not that close to be
I've got to look at what the turnout numbers that seems like it's probably a turnout.
Boy, that nigga fried.
So
Boy, that how you
it may
done.
me,
I don't
and let
know
me see,
about
where
you,
is
but
it?
I'm about having fun. I'm loving life, but only to the fullest,
Where it's
man.
located.
I'm
Because
from
I also am concerned about turnout. Part of North Carolina, I'm concerned about turnout because of the storm. Right, when you come through a storm, and I know you know this, Andrew, like, and it uproots your entire life, people are not really thinking about elections. It's not at the top of their list. So for me, I would look at it and I would think, I don't think, you're not going to find this big exodus of black voters to Republicans. I just think we're going to see this turnout.
I want to go back to Arizona really quick. And
Let's go back to Arizona.
The reason why I want to go back to Arizona is because right now he's beating her by 0.1 percentage points. In 2020, Joe Biden only won Arizona by 0.3 percentage points.
Yeah, Arizona is a tough one. And the Latino vote.
Yeah.
Like, it's really
The more they
key.
hate, the more I smile. These boys is letting off rounds. Them boys is getting laid down. We about to let these niggas know right now that this our town. Yeah, we go for gusto. I think them boys from low gas. Fanatics is cutthroat. I guess it's just so bad. Moving like no man. Wanna check on them gonads.
Just a quick note for anybody who's watching right now, if you want to support this channel, I don't do sponsorships or paid ads or put my content behind a paywall. The best way to support this channel is to just hit the subscribe button. It's completely free to do so.
Who keep it hot like summertime concrete? Sick with the touch like he got poison ivy. And do it big like he was Ryan Isley. 5'7" cute, but they say he kinda high. He be so fresh, so clean, so icy. Haters mean mug cause they baby mama like me. All in my grill at the club wanna fight me. Now we in ICU with an IV. Can't really fuck with you fake ass monsters, imposters. Lovers got real hitters on the roster. 10 on the scraper, you wonder who he be. Lean to the left, smoke coming from the doobie. They be like doobie, puffing on that ooh wee. Cutting corners like he in an action movie. Little mama in the seat next to me. I know you know who he be. All up on your TV. Who'da thought that I would get this lit? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? You want play, better take it to the sand line. Fuck around, find your head buried in a sandbox. Your body in the bay, on the way to Bangkok. Mama on her knees praying, looking for some answer. Mid-road boy, you don't wanna come test me. Leave you all lumpy like the bottom of a Nestle. When I was younger that I grown to be so sexy. Now the hunger growing in me and it won't let me. Stop making heat so I can show you what I'm made of. You fake ass thugs need to quit, that shit is made up. Hustling, trying to get the paper. I keep it ippin' while I'm taking all you faking haters. That I would get this lit. Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? Yeah, fanatics. What's up to the cold D's? Huh? Love ones. Yeah. To the moon, baby. Love ones. Who keep it hot like summertime concrete? Sick with the touch like he got poison ivy. And do it big like he was Ryan Isley. 5'7" cute, but they say he kinda high. He be so fresh, so clean, so icy. Haters mean mug cause they baby mama like me. All in my grill at the club wanna fight me. Now we in ICU with an IV. Can't really fuck with you fake ass monsters, imposters. Lovers got real hitters on the roster. 10 on the scraper, you wonder who he be. Lean to the left, smoke coming from the doobie. They be like doobie, puffing on that ooh wee. Cutting corners like he in an action movie. Little mama in the seat next to me. I know you know who he be. All up on your TV. Who'da thought that I would get this lit? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? You want play, better take it to the sand line. Fuck around, find your head buried in a sandbox. Your body in the bay, on the way to Bangkok. Mama on her knees praying, looking for some answer. Mid-road boy, you don't wanna come test me. Leave you all lumpy like the bottom of a Nestle. When I was younger that I grown to be so sexy. Now the hunger growing in me and it won't let me. Stop making heat so I can show you what I'm made of. You fake ass thugs need to quit, that shit is made up. Hustling, trying to get the paper. I keep it ippin' while I'm taking all you faking haters.
waiting.
Sometimes unruly, but man, it's
we go get it, so we gon' get it regardless.
It's Kev, Huda thought, fanatics, that's us, and we keep this shit.
She's cash paid.
Feeling, you know who?
Freaking on. I say moving through for air passage.
filling up barrels of.
Yeah, that's a full scary cat.
Come in and get your dreams will come true.
Don't get my name,
Huh. Lean to the. I know I'm gon' pop, but I gotta change my life. So suddenly. Who keep it hot like summertime concrete? Sick with the touch like he got poison ivy. And do it big like he was Ryan Isley. 5'7" cute, but they say he kinda high. He be so fresh, so clean, so icy. Haters mean mug cause they baby mama like me. All in my grill at the club wanna fight me. Now we in ICU with an IV. Can't really fuck with you fake ass mobsters, imposters. Levels got real hitters on the roster. 10 on the scraper, you wonder who he be. Lean to the left, smoke coming from the doobie. They be like doobie, puffing on that ooh wee. Cutting corners like he in an action movie. Little mama in the seat next to me. I know you know who he be, all up on your TV. Who'da thought that I would get this lick? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? You want play, better take it to the sandlot. Fuck around, find your head buried in a sandbox. Your body in the bay, on the way to Bangkok. Mama on her knees praying, looking for some answer. Mirror boy, you don't wanna contest me. Leave you all lumpy like the bottom of a Nestle. When I was younger, that I girls would be so sexy. Now the hunger growing in me and it won't let me. Stop making heat so I can show you what I'm made of. You fake ass thugs need to quit, that shit is made up. Hustling, trying to get the paper. I keep it ippin' while I'm shaking all you faking haters. Who'da thought that I would get this lick? Let me get them chips, come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it, cause see now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear, defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year, cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? Yeah, Fanatics. What's up to the Cold D's? Huh? Loved ones. Yeah. To the moon, baby. Loved ones.
This is life, no jokes, no games, we gon' get it. Money, paper, dough, she's cash bank, we gon' get it. Call it whatever you want, we gon' get it. Don't work hard to get it, spend it, do whatever we want with it. So what we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway. What we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow, I'ma tell it like it is in this cold world without no money. Life is hard, this shit ain't funny. You gotta stay on the hustle or grind, posting on the block all day just for nickels and dimes. It ain't fair being nowhere fair with no air to breathe, man. This game I have you try in this hand like quicksand, man. It's not a toy to play with. This life shit is hard to enjoy if you ain't got shit. And if you don't make it, you stay praying for better days to stand up. Please throw your hands up and say amen with me. If you feel like I feel, you will feel my heat. I'm a youngster, but so what? We want the same thing, and that's money, cash, dough. Money, cash, so let's get it. Money, cash, and all the above. But if you ain't trying to work, then nigga, you can cut. No jokes, no games, we gon' get it. Money, paper, though, she's cash bank, we gon' get it. Call it whatever you want, we gon' get it. We gon' work hard to get it, spin it through whatever we want with it. So what we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway. What we gon' get? Money, money. How we gon' get it? Anyhow and anyway.
What I gotta do. 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 What I gotta do.
Keep my nose to the grind and my mind right. They say 20/20 vision comes in hindsight. Dreams are rocking mics living in the limelight. Pounds and pets up on the back saying y'all tight. But where the money at? Where the contract? All the things that come along with having bomb rap. Blang the blang, no, I ain't really feeling that. Sell my soul, no, I ain't really feeling that. All the rappers giving me, I'm finna give it back. Thug for what? Nah, that ain't where I'm really at. And neither is y'all, I'm just trying to ball. Buy my mama something nice and enjoy my life. I can't seem to figure out what's trying to hold me back. I'm fighting off thoughts of going out, holding the sack. I take 2 steps forward, then it's 4 right back. I keep doing this here, cause I know I can rap. And I'ma rise to the top, blow up the spot. Keep making this shit, whether it happens or not. These hoes is tapping them hot, the block is watching, ain't no way I'ma stop. Deep in my heart, I know I'm gon' pop, so I'ma do what I gotta do. Make the best with what I got, raise the bar. Fanatic motto, dude. Hey, I'ma do what I gotta do. Leave the rest up to the Lord, my dreams will come true. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
I've been broke, still broke, barely cope, little hope, but I'm going for mine. Now I'm a hustler, so I stay on the climb. You wanna rise, hold on and get left behind. Can't pull you up if your momentum keeps pulling me down. Can't pull you up if your procrastination keeps you from releasing the sound that's so profound. And I found that there's no limitation to what we can achieve. We sitting on cheese in the midst of weeding out the ones that really don't believe. Once the thought is now conceived, so we shall proceed. Yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu, to keep mixing fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can gig to. We been through it, seen past it, makes it all the more reason I gotta have it. Cause when it comes to being a fanatic, I'm like an addict, I'm so addicted. Makes me wanna grab the mic and rip shit. But the rap game done shifted, and I ain't really feeling you know who. So what a legend like me got to do.
What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
If I really wanna come up,
what I gotta do.
Sell my soul, I'm down on my luck.
What I gotta do.
A brother just tryna get a buck.
What I gotta do. What I gotta do.
What I gotta do to prove myself to you. What I gotta do to make these ends come through. What I gotta do, follow through. Bottle, hollow models, and Mac game like Donald do. What I gotta do, go global. Capitalize on what eyes have seen over horizons like Verizon Mobile. What I gotta do, who'da thought that quiet is kept? Fanatic motto, best kept. What I gotta gotta do? Secret deep dash free fast with absolute finesse. I'm blessed, should've told ya what I gotta do. Cue up the beat, freak, discreet techniques for the street, that's pimpin'. What I gotta do if I really wanna succeed? What I gotta do? Keep my head 7 levels above the sea. Don't let the greed of cheese bring the hood out of man. Keep striving and continue to stand on 2. What I gotta do? What I gotta do? What I gotta do?
Now I'm writing raps for my folks, and they feel it, it's feeling. Now I'm writing raps for my folks, and they feel it.
I've waited all my life to find someone for me, and then it came and changed my life so suddenly.
You see me watching, girl, you know that I'm feeling you. I ain't no DL, show ain't no Rudy Poo. When you get lonely, need soda for leaning on. When you get horny, need a player for freaking on. Who'da thought? Jehovah killer raps. Don't be scared. If you kiss me, I'll kiss you back. Matter of fact, let's get down to the facts. No frontin' on your boy, let's go to the back. Would you like it if I held you like that? You're doing something to me, hold it like that. Slow wine, wanna lay back and roll a sack. Let yourself go, ain't no need for me to hold it back. So sweet talk, kinda like the bubbly. Now kick the seat, girl, I'm loving you, loving me. A different world like that's what God love can be. Can't believe it changed my life so suddenly.
I've waited all my life to find someone for me, and then it came and changed my life so suddenly.
You got my heart, ain't no need for me lying, boo. Here in the kitchen in the bed, you know what to do. We just met, and I'm already loving you. Independence is official. Do what you do. Something like a dream. I've been searching a long time. I found my queen. Behold, the lady, she's all mine. My sweet thing helped me escape the pain. I know time got me, so I'ma make the change. I used to be the type to say what I wouldn't do. Now you got me doing things that I couldn't do. You pick me up when my emotions running low. No need for running. I done found what I'm looking for. So come along, take my hand, baby, follow me. Can't believe what I got here in front of me. In your heart, in your mind, where I gotta be. You came and rearranged my life so suddenly.
I've waited all my life to find someone for me, and then it came and changed my life so suddenly. I've waited all my life.
Yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu.
Go get it, man.
Mixing fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get.
Go get us, man. Get us, man. Get us, man.
Come roll with us, we go get us. Some flow spitters who know business. You put it down, for show blow with us, we go get us. Some pro hitters who so vicious, spitting off a cold with us. Roll with us, we go get us. Some flow spitters who know business. Watch the attention it brings, let my nuts hang solid. Smooth like riding the cutty with gold things on it.
I'm feeling you, I ain't no.
It's tough, never back down, keep your head up. Time waits for no man. I learned that as a young man. These cards were dealt from my mother's hand. I'm from the land in like any sin, sick city in this nation. You lose if time you waste done. I was taught step up the pace when the going gets tough. Never back down, keep your head up when the going gets rough. Don't be that one to live your life off a bluff. Cause ain't no future when you're front. Get smoked just like a blunt. Y'all stay on the grind while my be on the hunt. Y'all take what y'all need while my get what we want. Cause we some go-getters. And it's my duty to give my all in everything I'm involved. Watch me above, go get us, go get us. And ain't no stopping this force behind my incline, so divine, like right on time, go get us, go get us. Won't catch me slanging or banging on no corners, cause I love my little freedom, plus this is California. When they throwing out strikes, so don't say I didn't warn you. Go get us authentic, made in Oakland, California. Yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu. We go get us, man. Mixing fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to. So we shall proceed, yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu. Go get us, man. Mixing fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to. Go get us, man. We some go-getters, man. Bring it back to the 80s like 4-finger rings. Watch the attention it brings. Let my nuts hang solid. Smooth like riding the cutty with gold things on it. Out like dope fiends when that cocaine calling. Some niggas they may flaunt it, but their game ain't honest. Crowding up the streets with another lame product. You'll need to let it go. Don't spit in the presence of these professionals. Cut the chat, tell your man stand back. Got niggas rapping in my ear, man. I can't stand that. Claiming they need a beat. Give me some bread, nigga. We need to eat. We in the bay where the rent's high, but the weed is cheap. So take a seat, hear the story of some go-getters. We flow spitters and working harder than most niggas. Come roll with us and spend half on the zone. Had to put a block on my phone cause he asking my business. Get with faulty niggas who got plastic intentions. Leaving lasting impressions like my hands in the dirt. Thinking that you help us out, but you're making it worse for go-getters, man. So we shall proceed, yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu. We go get us, man. Hits and fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to. So we shall proceed, yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu. We go get us, man. Hits and fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to.
No chrome spinners, just don't split us. Hard liquor, hard hitters. My out for tall figures. Can't tell you why they be trying to act the hardest. We go get us, so we gon' get it regardless. It don't matter that my bundles are smallest. It's all about whose profit be the tallest. I stay grinding like the clips, man, Lord willing. With us and get clipped, man, no kidding. Guess they forgetting that I'm Huda thought. Come through, clean house like who's a boss. J-Cat like you might choose the flaw. I stay moving through traffic like Randy Moss with no brakes. Hold up, wait, I can't slow down. Go ahead and give me your before it go down. Quiet your lip, it's fits to go down. Come your Huckleberry, you ready for showdown. I need the chips, the dip, and the whip. Don't move or I have to use this extra clip. You gon' lose when you're trying to do that extra shit. It's on you, I either take it or make the hit. We go get us, man.
We shall proceed, yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu.
We go get us, man.
Hits and fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to.
Go get us, man.
We shall proceed, yes, continue to keep cooking hot hits for the menu.
Go get us, man.
Hits and fresh blends for the venue. Something you can ride to, something you can get to.
Go get us, man.
Come roll with us, we go get us. Some flow spitters who know business. You put it down, show blow with us, we go get us. Some pro hitters who so vicious, spitting off a cold hitters. Roll with us, we go get us. Some flow spitters who know business. You put it down, show the blow with us, we go get us. Some pro hitters who so vicious, spitting off a cold hitters.
I don't like dreaming about getting paid. What? Fanatics. Now I done seen the sunset and the moon rise in other time zones. Now I'm home, right where the fuck a player belong. Strong from my Achilles to my hair follicles. These concepts ooze in ways that are illogical. The 30-inch module showing poverty in melee. Porno shows at 9 o'clock. Sit and wonder, will it stop? Obese, my brain size been decreased, deceased. Controlled by this one-eyed beast in my lazy boy chair. I swear they don't care. Make y'all all think my sisters abuse welfare. It ain't fair. I learned a long time ago, so I let it go past like wind blow. Been broke, come up, rebroke. ATM revoke my password. No herb, kick to the you-know. Just like judo, dog out like a poodle. Left out to hang like a noodle. Can't do what you know who do. Mad feeling shitty like poo-poo. Damn it, the shit that I go through, man, it's strange like voodoo, man. Cause it seems dreams is all that I got. Don't get shot, fucking around with my block, living my life in these old shady ass days. This beat my rhyme, the only way to get paid, my only way it seems. Dreams is all that I got, my skill, my flow, my family and my block. I'm living my life in these shady ass days. My skills, my flow, my only way to get paid, my only way.
To the eye when we high, and you wonder why we fly, we sky, birds, eye view, see through, armor-plated sanctuaries, underground, dropping bombs over air passages. I'll steal your oxygen, suck it through some smoke and blow it back up in your face. Bump this track up in your place, watch it rearrange the base on which you build your life's presumed existence. For instance, they say the superstructure is a lie, and the foundation is a huge quivering fear. What do you think? What do you know? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you think? What do you hear? What do you think? What do you hear?
Fanatics, got a fixin' of what you're missing. We on a mission to make a grip of what we spittin'. And hell yeah, we smoke a gang of Doja, but that's only to keep my composure. Fanatics, got a fixin' of what you're missing. We on a mission to make a grip of what we spittin'. And hell yeah, we smoke a gang of Doja, but that's only to keep our composure.
You can't even imagine what goes on in this mind. Just thoughts in blind times. I wish I could rewind my lifeline and bring it back into my state that's so relaxed. Never had to pack, no gas, but always mentally strapped. Just in case anything happens, I'm ready to cap some knowledge, point blank range into your dome. Imagine the chrome blown straight through your brains. Well, my words can do the same, cause game be so supreme. And it's a damn shame. Some be black but not bold, flashing like a strobe light, bright but not showing might. Think they tight, but zone like that twilight, living on no fatigue, feeling like they under siege, eternally bleed. Stress ulcers conceive from greed and dropping too many seeds, but couldn't afford to pay the bill, cause problems kill.
Rugged, refined, my mind always climbs on an incline or maybe high notes from a wind chime. Open up portals with sense of midlife, since I feel I have a duty, sometimes unruly, but man, it's truly yours. We talking about project calls, this ghetto floor, there's plenty more than we expected, neglected, expected to be the bottom of the barrel. So we point the barrel at our own, filling up barrels of our own, barely realizing it that we barely making it, rarely taking it to that next level. We sit this shovel and wonder why others are bubbling, and yet others are suffering, and yet others are recovering from the jealousy of one another. Check it, I've been writing rhymes since the 7th grade. I hope through this mission I'll be able to open heaven's gates, but until then, I maneuver through the belly of the ghetto with
okay, let's take a look at Pennsylvania, where you had Jacob there a few minutes ago setting up what probably any minute now we're going to see out of Philadelphia, and that is, he says, about 50,000 vote by mail. The result's going to be released in Philadelphia. Of course, that is the most Democratic-friendly, overwhelmingly Democratic vote. So when that gets reported, we want to see what it does. This margin for Harris right now in Philadelphia sits at 305,000. Remember, ultimately, Democrats are hoping tonight to get that in the neighborhood of 500,000 votes. Got a long way to go with a little bit more than 2/3 of the vote in. And again, the context for this is where things stand in Philadelphia right now is that Trump is running so far 4 points above where he finished in 2020. Again, let's see. This mail update is going to be huge because how much do these numbers change? Democrats want to be above and need to be above this Biden level and be getting that plurality close to 500,000 because of what else we're seeing right now and what's coming even in the last few minutes in Pennsylvania. And let me just show you what that is. A couple things. We said put a pin in Luzerne County, where Wilkes-Barre is, where Hazleton is. That's a majority, almost 70% Hispanic city. We now have all the vote in Luzerne County. Donald Trump is going to win this by a little bit more than 21 points. Compare this to 4 years ago, it was 14. Theme, but it's important. Trump's gains with Hispanic voters. You're absolutely seeing it here in Luzerne County. He's going to win this by more than 20 votes. That's a significant jump for him. His campaign said he was going to do that. They did do that here. We also saw him make those gains in Lackawanna County right next door earlier tonight. Also, we're getting some clarity in Pennsylvania. South Central Pennsylvania, Lancaster County. This is one of the counties where you can see in 2020 Trump got 57-41. It's 57-58 if you round to 41 now. This is a place where Trump slipped in 2020, where Democrats wanted him to slip further. That's not happening because of a big region population-wise. It doesn't get the same attention as Philadelphia. Lebanon County here too. All the vote is in. Again, Democrats wanted more Trump drop-off here. They don't get it in Lebanon County tonight. We showed you Cumberland County, I believe, earlier. Also in this region, also a place Democrats want gains, also a place where really they're not getting it tonight. Look inside the collar counties here, just outside Philadelphia. These are huge population-dense counties, and I'll flag a couple things. We got almost all the vote in Delaware County right now. Of these core collar counties, this is the most Democratic, it's the most diverse, most blue collar of these three, of Delaware, of Chester, of Montgomery. Now, in 2020, Joe Biden won here by essentially 27 points, getting close to all the vote in here right now, and it sits at about 24.5. Not Harris, not at the Biden level. Keep in mind, again, this is very clear in Pennsylvania right now. Generally in these counties, the vote by mail is all reported out early, and what remains is this same-day vote that's Republican-leaning. So in all these counties, you just see Trump incrementally improving with each update, and Harris is now almost 2 points under where Joe Biden got in this core Democratic county 4 years ago. Next door in Chester County. Now this is more significant drop-off for Harris from Biden, but Chester County, unlike just about every other county in Pennsylvania, they are waiting until the end of the night, they say, to release their vote by mail. So let's see when the vote by mail comes in Chester County, if Harris can get back and surpass that 58, but there is also same-day vote coming in that is helping Trump here. Next door in Montgomery County, this is just an enormous suburban county, and again, we've got the vote by mail, we're waiting on the same day, and already Harris is now running a point behind where Joe Biden finished in this county in 2020. Go up to Bucks. Bucks here, it's a little bit different. It's more blue collar, certainly, than Chester and Montgomery. It's more of a swing county. And again, now about half the vote is in here. Biden won this by 4.5 points in 2020.
First, y'all niggas gon' respect my thirst. I'm on a mission to make y'all listen and enjoy my verse. Got flows for days, got rhymes like books. Got a killer crossover to the young player haters. Plus, charm the young player haters waiting too. I bear no arms, wait a minute, take a second look. I'm like nature, not that supposed to be reckoned with. Underestimate a nigga, boy, that leave you cooked. Boy, that leave you fried. Boy, that hate you done. I don't know about you, but I'm about having fun.
In those inner suburbs, huge Democratic area. We're coming close to all the voting, 94%. We are so close right now. And again, let me just show you, in 2020, Biden essentially got 60%. Here, Harris is very close to that, but she's not quite at that level. And Democrats won over 60%. He's given everything I'm showing you about these Trump gains, especially in these counties, significant expanding populations. It becomes essential for Democrats that Harris in these areas overperform where Joe Biden did in 2020. Now, there may be some vote by mail ballots left, we're told, in Allegheny County, but we're talking about maybe 1,000, something like that. Very small amount, nothing on the order of what you've got there in Philadelphia. So again, this is a place where Democrats are big gains, and frankly, the way this is playing out now, need big gains, given everything else I just showed you. Reset it, 85% of the vote now in Pennsylvania, about 170,000 vote difference. See it, in case it came in there, it did. There you go. That vote by mail update, it looks like, came in Philadelphia as we were going through this, and you can see, look at that Harris margin, how much that jumped, basically up to 350,000, and there is, as Jacob said, another batch of mail that's going to be reported out tomorrow morning, so another jump like this expected to come. That did knock Trump's number down, that did knock his percentage down to 20.8. It was at about 22 before, but again, he is still running 3 points north of where he was in Philadelphia back in 2020. So let's see that final. It's going to be a while till that final vote by mail update. But this one took Trump down a notch, but it didn't take him back to the level Democrats want him at there. And we can just take a trip down quickly to Georgia, because we've got some more counties that have basically filled in Georgia now. 93% of the vote, and you do see that margin for Trump has come down a little bit. It's just under 120,000 votes, his lead statewide. Not a lot of votes left here, but one place we finally got clarity in here is Gwinnett County. This is a giant one, more than 1 million people in that core Atlanta metro area. Not all, but almost all the votes here right now. And again, let me just show you, it was 18 points for Joe Biden in 2020. Right now, about 16.5 for Harris. This has been the trajectory. Clinton won this thing by only about 6. Margin exploded for Democrats in 20, and they wanted to take that next step forward in 2024, again, to offset what has been one of the stories tonight. We don't really show it because these counties are all so individually small, but I could just take you through dozens of counties that you see in red here where it's a Trump gain of 2 points, of 3 points, of 2 points, of 3 points. And you add those all together and put them together. That's a big reason why Trump has amassed this lead statewide. We've also got a little bit more in now out of DeKalb County. You know, some of this county here is inside the perimeter, large black population, large population of college-educated white voters. Not quite, Harris, hitting that number that Biden hit here in 2020. Massive win for here, but not quite hitting it. Still some votes to come, though. Democrats want to get more, desperately need more out of there. They would desperately need more out of, you know, this is as core Democratic a county as you get. And again, Harris basically level, but a tick under where Joe Biden was in 2020. Not much to come. Democrats need every vote they could possibly get out of there. So again, you reset it statewide, see if anything changed. 118,000 votes. That's the Trump margin right now. You know, just check to see if anything changed dramatically in Pennsylvania. 166,000, 85%. And you see what the lay of the land looks like there right now.
That I would get this lick. Let me get them chips. Come in and get your shit. Who'da thought? No need to nitpick it. Cause see, now this my year. Who'da thought that there? Who'da thought? No need to have no fear. Defendants up in here. Did I make myself clear? Who'da thought? Fanatics this all year. Cause it's the shit right here. Who'da thought that there? Yeah. Fanatics. What's up to the cold D's? Huh? Loved ones. Yeah. To the moon, baby. Loved ones.
Yeah, and Rachel, what we can say now with that Georgia call is if Kamala Harris doesn't win a state that's not been treated as a battleground state, if she doesn't do that, then she now absolutely must pull out a win in Pennsylvania, because if there's no surprises outside the battleground, then Georgia plus North Carolina plus Pennsylvania would get Donald Trump to 270 electoral votes and the presidency. And look at Pennsylvania. We are closing in on 90% of the vote here. Donald Trump is leading by 168,000 votes right now. A couple of things that we can show you that have come in now in Pennsylvania to add a little more clarity. We said at the start of the night, 2 counties are pure bellwethers in Pennsylvania. Voted for Trump in 16, flipped to Biden in 20. What would they do tonight? We told you that Northampton County in the east has flipped to Donald Trump. The other one, Erie County, we've now got the results from Erie County. It's flipped back to Donald Trump. Again, just take a look at this. In 2016, when Trump won Pennsylvania, he won Erie County. He gave it back to Biden when Biden won the state. Now Trump is reclaiming Erie County tonight. Again, this is one of those big sort of quintessentially, you'd call it Rust Belt counties, a lot of big blue collar population there. Where are we waiting for remaining vote in Pennsylvania right now then? We've talked a lot about Philadelphia. Jacob has told us there are going to be a big batch of mail-in votes that we are not going to know until sometime tomorrow morning. That's it. There's also some same-day vote that's been coming in. The same-day vote has been running less Democratic than the vote by mail. And again, the big picture in Philadelphia is the Democrats are currently 3 points behind where Joe Biden ran in 2020. And this reflected a bit of a disappointment for Democrats. They won Pennsylvania, obviously, in 20. They were thrilled with that. But their Philadelphia number came down. It's coming down further so far, and unless those remaining mail-in ballots really boost them dramatically, Trump may finish with more than 20% in Philadelphia. Also still to come, we've got a few votes left in Delaware County, big suburban county, right outside Philadelphia. But again, right now, Harris is not hitting that Biden number. She absolutely needs to hit and exceed that in these places. Chester County, I think we're pretty much down to the vote by mail in Chester County. Of course, that is the very Democratic vote. So the question becomes, when we get that vote by mail, Harris is at 54.5. She's got to get past, she's really got to move past that Biden number. Will the remaining vote by mail in Chester County do that for her? Up to Montgomery County, more than 3/4 of the vote in here. This is a giant county, though. There are still lots of votes left to come. Again, from Harris's standpoint, she's got to get past that Biden number with what's left to come here. No vote by mail left in Montgomery County. Move up to Bucks County. 2/3 is in right here. This would be, if Donald Trump hangs on here, still plenty of votes to come, though. This would be a flip. And again, of those immediate Philadelphia area counties, this one a little bit more blue collar than the ones I just showed you. So again, that's a trend we're seeing. We saw it in Erie. We saw it in Northampton. We're seeing that in a lot of places tonight. Also, I'm giving you Democratic, big sort of Democratic vote areas, Bucks notwithstanding, but Chester, Montgomery, and Delaware. In southwest Pennsylvania, the 2 big counties here, we've got Washington all in. I want to draw your attention to this because these are 2 big bedroom community suburbs of Pittsburgh. In Washington County, Donald Trump has improved tonight. The core Republican area, he wanted to boost his numbers in a place like this. You can see in Washington, he has. And if you go next door to Westmoreland County, which is even bigger, there is still vote to come in Westmoreland County. Trump currently, take a look at this, 28 points was his margin, 36 here right now. Again, if he finishes above that 28, it's exactly what he wanted to be doing. So for Democrats, it's going to take something really kind of massive out of Philadelphia, where really those numbers are disappointing for them so far. And again, out of Chester with that vote by mail, some more to come in Montgomery, and they're going to need to get bigger margins with what's to come. Again, 170,000 votes. That's Trump's advantage here, nearing 90% in Pennsylvania. Just checking on Allegheny. And again, those are the stakes. Trump wins this state. He's probably got this. Yeah, I'm watching Pennsylvania because now we've inched over 90% of the vote in, and Trump's margin now has moved over 200,000 votes in Pennsylvania. That's a 3.5 almost point advantage for Trump. What just happened and what's left? Well, we just got a big piece of the puzzle. York County this is a biggie. Again, we talk about that south central Pennsylvania region as a sleeper. We just got all of the rest of the vote here. There was a lot outstanding, and again, to put this in perspective, this is an improvement from Trump over where it was 4 years ago, and that completes pretty much the storyline in this region of the state. One of the big questions we asked in Pennsylvania at the start of the night was, would Trump decline further in this part of the state? He had dropped a bit. He had dropped a bit in 2020. He didn't drop any further in counties like this tonight: Lebanon County, Lancaster County, Cumberland County, now York County. Where else did we just get results? We got it in Westmoreland County. We're almost complete here. Again, big Republican suburban, some rural areas too, certainly, but big Republican county outside Pittsburgh. And again, Trump is running a little bit better than he did here in 2020. That's what his campaign wanted to see. We also got some more results out of Montgomery County. We're getting close to everything in there, 86%. Harris is winning in Montgomery County, big suburban county right outside Philadelphia. It's a 22-point margin for her. But what we have been watching is this number, this Harris number, has been ticking down ever so slightly with every update. Why? Because every update is the vote that was cast today. That is the most Republican-friendly vote. The vote by mail, the most Democratic-friendly, that was released early in Montgomery County. So what are we still waiting on in Pennsylvania? Well, again, Philadelphia, we've got about 80% of the vote in here right now. Harris's margin, 356,000. Again, Democrats want to get that somewhere around, need it, somewhere around north of, frankly, 500,000 votes probably. Again, Jacob said, going to be a big vote by mail update in the morning. Get some clarity on that. But Democrats need to boost the number there. We are waiting as well in Chester County on the vote by mail. They do it at the very end there. Oh. Yep. Nope. Yep. So again, in Pennsylvania here, about 220,000 just to reset. We were just looking at where else could votes be coming in significant numbers. Center County here, we still have some to come. This is where State College is. Now, Trump leading here right now. I believe vote by mail still to come here. This was a Democratic county for Joe Biden in 2020, so an opportunity for Democrats to add a little bit. Penn State University right there. So there are some pockets that, though, frankly, this should be a Republican county in a big way by the end of the night. We still have a ton of votes to come. We knew it was going to take a long time here. The vote by mail, it looks like, has been processed. So there are pockets here where Trump can gain, too. But again, Philadelphia, by far the biggest thing outstanding. Democrats just trying to squeeze everything they can out of those collar counties, but with 93% in, making up a deficit of 220,000, getting to be a very tall order for Democrats. I wanted to update Wisconsin as well as we approached 90% in. The Trump margin there, about 4 points, as you can see right now, 116,000 votes. We have been following this story of Dane County, and it's been a bit of a mystery for some of the night exactly how much vote was left. We actually believe, now take a look at this, we said at the start of the night, the margin for Democrats in 2020 for Joe Biden was about 182,000 votes. So Harris has now actually gotten basically to the Biden level in 2020. And we believe there is a little bit more to come still in Dane County. So it appears actually that question we posed at the beginning of the night here, could Democrats squeeze more out of Dane County than they've been getting? Every election this century they have, it looks like they may be able to do that. We'll see. Make sure there are a few left there. Obviously, if they do, we expect them to break decisively for Kamala Harris. And one other thing I did want to point out and just make sure we kind of get on the record, as we look at the map of the country here, and you see in gray the states that aren't called, you take a look on the East Coast here, and this one stands out. New Jersey, which in 2020 was a state that Joe Biden won by 16 points. Now, nearly 90% of the vote is in here, and Harris does have a pretty healthy lead over Donald Trump. But a couple things we can note here. I wanted to call your attention to this. This is Passaic County. The city of Paterson, New Jersey is here. Passaic is here. This is a plurality Hispanic county, working class Hispanic county, 42% Hispanic. Look at this. With just about all the vote in, Trump is leading in Passaic County. This was a 17-point Joe Biden victory in 2020. Trump has turned that around in leads here. And again, this is just, as I look at this map, county by county across the country tonight, even outside of the swing states that we're concentrating on, I am seeing this over and over again. Counties with substantial Hispanic populations, that's where Trump is making his most dramatic gains. I think we had just mentioned New Mexico a minute ago. The Trump campaign said they were targeting this. It's a 5-point win for Kamala Harris. But just take a look at the story of this. This is down from about 10 points for Joe Biden in 2020. I'm going to show you just 2 counties here to give you an idea, because this is a microcosm of what I've been seeing around the country tonight. Bernalillo County, this is where Albuquerque is. This is the big sort of metro, suburban, high concentration of college degrees county we've been talking about. And Harris almost gets to the Biden level here. There isn't much of a drop-off for Harris here. And this is where Albuquerque is, just giant vote-producing county. Now let's get to a county that's almost 70% Hispanic. Down where Las Cruces is. And you see, again, this is going to be a Harris County tonight. But look at the change. This was almost a 19-point victory for Joe Biden, cut down by 10 points here. Core Democratic county in New Mexico. The counties in New Mexico with the highest Hispanic populations are where Donald Trump has made his gains. The reason he got this down to 5 points are the counties with Hispanic population there. So you're seeing that, outside of the core battleground. And as I said, I've been showing you in Pennsylvania all night. One of the stories to how Donald Trump has gotten this lead tonight has been all of these small and mid-sized cities, counties that have these small and mid-sized cities in them with significant Hispanic populations. That's where Trump's made gains. Yes, we are. He's 94%. Trump's lead here at 190,000 votes. That works out to about a 3 percentage point lead. It is a very significant hill for Kamala Harris to climb here. Just in terms of what's left, the picture is really kind of condensing and clarifying. Obviously, the biggest outstanding source of votes is right here in Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia. You see with 83% there, it's a lead there of about 58 points for Harris. I'm just glancing over to get the number. We expect there are still 137,000 or so votes to come out of Philadelphia. Remember, a chunk of them are going to be that vote by mail that's going to come out sometime tomorrow morning. The wild card in Philadelphia, and what's I think has kept folks at bay a little bit here, is provisional ballots. There's a big number of provisional ballots, and these are expected to break decisively to the Democrats. How many? Well, in 2020, the COVID year, things were all, it had been a one-off, but there were about 100,000 provisional ballots. In the 2022 midterm, this is in Philadelphia, in the 2022 midterm, about 45,000. And so the question is, how many of them are there? And what does that remaining provisional ballot pool look like when you get the rest of these votes in? Is there plausibly something there that could boost the Democrats enough to make up for this big gap that they have statewide now, which again, I'll show you, 190,000 votes there. So you got what's left in Philadelphia, you got the provisional ballots in Philadelphia. That's what the Democrats are kind of hanging their hopes on, because the rest of these counties here, you know, we're just waiting on a little bit from Chester County. Democrats will gain some here, but at a 54-44 clip, anything like that, it's not going to be a huge gain. Same in Montgomery County. There's some left here Democratic, but again, if it's about a 60-40 split of what's to come, that won't net out to a ton. And then there are places to come with significant vote where, you know, look, Trump is running ahead in Bucks County now by 2.5 points. Votes to come there may net out a bit in his benefit. You could look here. This is just the mail-in ballot in an overwhelmingly Republican county. You know, you're talking tens of thousands of votes still to come here in a place Trump won by almost 40 points. So he's going to make up ground there. He's going to make up ground still in a place like Schuylkill County, you know, core Republican county. He's winning it by 52 points. There's still votes to come. There are still pockets of votes as well in these deeply red Trump counties. They add up as well. So again, Democrats stand to make some gains in these places, maybe some very substantial gains out of Philadelphia. The provisional vote, we are trying to figure out how much there is. That looms as a wild card here. But again, looking at a mountain of 191,000 votes, you got to make up with this little left in Pennsylvania. You know, that's looking like a close to a Mount Everest there for Harris. But let's get a sense of that provisional. Yes, let's call it up right there. And again, this is basically the same situation here. It's 49-4-48. So there is a bit of separation there where Dave McCormick, the Republican Senate candidate, is running a bit below Trump's number. Bob Casey, the Democrat, you can see is running a bit above Harris's number. Again, I'll just show you the sort of the eye test here, 49-4-48. And we'll show you again the presidential race, 50.9-48 flat. Why that is significant is because while this is a very, as we say, a very big margin for Democrats to try to overcome, and we'll see what happens as we learn more about the provisionals, but while 191,000 is that steep, when you look back at the Senate race, 88,000 with what's remaining in terms of the votes in Philadelphia, in terms of the vote by mail in Philadelphia, in terms of potentially the provisional ballots. That is closer. That's decidedly more doable. Just given the numbers that are left for the Democrats, for Bob Casey to potentially make that up. So there is a bit of separation here. We were wondering about this in a lot of these key Senate races. How much would the sort of the partisan split just roll down to the Senate race? You could see to a great degree it's done that in Pennsylvania, but is this one separated enough for the Democrats where what's left could boost Bob Casey? There's suspense there definitely right now. Yeah, let's take a look in Wisconsin because we have more complete results in Wisconsin. Michigan still remains a bit of a mishmash there in terms of these counties we're looking at, but close to 90% of the vote is in here. And again, Hovde, the Republican, with about a 2.5-point advantage. That's about 70,000 votes over Tammy Baldwin, the Democratic incumbent. Again, the question here is how much these are going to sync up with the presidential race. So again, keep your eye on that now. Watch it flip from 50.1 for Hovde to 51.3 for Trump. So again, given how tight Wisconsin may come here, it's a 125,000 vote advantage for Donald Trump. And then you take a look at the Senate race, and it's just a little bit more than half that. So again, Baldwin behind, but running substantially closer to Huda than in the presidential race we're seeing with Trump and Harris here. So again, if this thing becomes tight enough, if you're in a situation ever where Trump ekes out a victory in the presidential and Huda's running a point or so behind him, there's the potential there for a split as well. Remember, in Wisconsin in 2020, it was a difference of 20,000 votes that separated Trump and Biden. It was about 20,000 votes in 2016 as well. In 2016, there was a Senate race. The outcomes did sync up that time with Trump and Ron Johnson both winning. But there is separation there. And again, these basic dynamics, I wanted to take a look here. I did want to see Baldwin has gone to 183,000, and I wanted to measure this against. Yeah, okay, they're equal. This is significant because we've talked about it all night, and now officially Harris has expanded the Democratic margin in Dane County. It was about 182,000 last time. So this is yet again this century. Democrats are getting more out of Dane County. That's rolling right over, as you would expect, to the Senate race as well. Yes. So Michigan, though, 70% of the vote is in here. And again, 52.2, 46. Let's call up the Senate results. 50.7, 46.4. So I think you can see where this one is going. It's a similar story here. It's close to being synced up, but Mike Rogers, the Republican Senate candidate, running a bit behind Trump. What's confusing about Michigan right now is there's still a lot of counties here, big important counties, where we just do not have clarity. A lot of this is done in Michigan. It's a very decentralized process. It's done at the municipal level. So it's just, we get very, I'll give you an example here. Macomb County, we've got half the vote right now. You go next door to Oakland County, we've got almost all the vote. Democrats are getting about what they want. They probably want a little bit more out of Oakland County than Slotkin is getting right there. But the big wild card here, we talked about it all night. What's Macomb going to do compared to Oakland? Is it going to get close to canceling it out? Half the vote still to come. This is a 13-point margin essentially for the Republicans here. That's a substantial improvement from the Republican number in 2020. So we need to see more to be able to make some of these comparisons. Again, only about a third of the vote is in Wayne County. This is obviously hugely important. You've got questions about the city of Detroit, questions about the Muslim and Arab vote throughout the county. So it's a lot of a mishmash in Michigan right now to make sense of either one of the races. But there is, with the votes that are tallied, a little bit of potentially substantial separation between the candidates. Yeah, let's take a look here, and I'm curious too. In the presidential, okay, now about half the vote statewide. And remember, this is going to kind of, they're going to add the same day vote tonight, and it's going to be a long sort of count in Arizona the rest of the week. So take a look here at the Senate race. And again, you definitely see some separation here. It's a 6-point deficit for Kari Lake there with what's been counted in the Senate race. And it's a 1-point deficit, or a little bit less than a 1-point deficit for Kamala Harris. So we suspected Arizona might be the state where the Republican Senate candidate, Kari Lake, who lost the gubernatorial race there 2 years ago, and an extremely controversial figure in Arizona, didn't concede that 2022 gubernatorial loss. So we suspected there might be the most separation there. You're certainly seeing it there. And also, let's move up, Nevada. Okay, again, now in Nevada, it's similar to Arizona. We've got a ton of vote here, but it's going to be a bit slow getting the rest in here. So what's been counted so far, Trump with a 4-point lead there in the presidential, call up the Senate race. And again, that's, like Arizona, it may not be quite as dramatic, but that's a pretty substantial difference between those two candidates. So again, I think that's a very important story. And I'm glad you had me run through these because I've been so focused on the presidential. But yeah, we see in all those races to some degree separation where the Democratic Senate candidate is running better than Kamala Harris, most dramatically in Arizona and in Nevada, but in those other states too.
Steve, can I ask you, again, you can say no, I'm overworking you, but can we talk about some of the unpolled presidential states?
Yeah.
Can we talk about, you would focus in on New Jersey?
Yeah, New Hampshire. Now, let's call it up here. Part of the problem in New Hampshire, again, you see all the gray on here. Also, you see all these puzzle pieces. Unlike other states, New Hampshire doesn't report out by county. They report out by municipality. So you've got some cities in here, and you've also got a lot of just small towns, villages, hamlets kind of, where you're just still waiting on numbers. And that last 15% or so in New Hampshire can take a long time, not come in election night, not coming in those overnight hours. So there's still a lot to come, but we can show you some of the places we're looking at. Statewide, that's almost a 5-point lead for Kamala Harris. It's down a little bit from, I'll just show you, that's down a little bit from where this state landed in 2020 when Biden won it by just over 7 points. But some of the places we were looking coming into tonight, this would be a good example. Pelham, New Hampshire, right on the New Hampshire-Massachusetts line. This is the kind of big town that Trump lost ground in I'll show you, lost ground in 2020. He had won it by about 25, fell down to about 20 points in 2020. And you see, he has got it back up to that 2016 level in Pelham. There's a number of towns. Here's a big one we're waiting on. This is the kind of thing. Salem, again, right over the Massachusetts line. Again, it's a place where Trump won it by 20 points. This is big by New Hampshire standards, by the way. 20 points, came down to 13 points. Trump needs to get that back over 20 points. So you're looking still there. We could take a look. How about some of these other big ones here? Derry, New Hampshire. Okay, we got complete in Derry. A bit of a blue-collar town here, pretty big-sized blue-collar town. And again, Trump by 14 points in 2016, cut in half in 2020. He's gotten back. Not quite, though, to the 2016 level. I think to really have a shot in New Hampshire, Trump would have to be exceeding the 2016 level. He nearly won New Hampshire in 2016. It was just 3,000 votes. But in a place like Derry, he wants to be going over the 2016 number. Take a look at Londonderry. Very similar here, big, kind of blue-collar place. Look, Trump eked it out in 2020 after winning this thing by 10 points in 2016. Again, he's improved on 2020. The Trump campaign would look at Londonderry and say they want to have more improvement than that. So Trump seems to be taking a step forward. There are some, pretty significantly sized outstanding places on this map still, but he needs to take bigger steps forward. That's why you see it's a 5-point lead here for Harris, about 30,000 votes, 29,471. But with so much to come and such a slow reporting, decentralized state, you're not getting a call there. This was one, though. Obviously, J.D. Vance was sent here on Sunday for the Trump campaign when they talked about potentially expanding the battleground. It was this, it was Virginia, it was New Mexico. It's an improvement, it looks like, for Trump, but you're not looking at these numbers and saying these are numbers that are going to give Trump a victory in New Hampshire. Yeah, okay, now this is shades of 2016. Let's go out to Minnesota now. 3/4 of the vote is in. Uncalled, of course, Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, the Democratic vice presidential candidate, and yet compare what we're looking at right now in Minnesota to what we saw 4 years ago. 7 points, cut more than in half at this point. It's a 3-point Harris lead. It's a pretty good cushion she has there. But again, this is a drop-off for Democrats in the vice presidential candidate's home state. Oh, and I wanted to extend it out further because, remember, in 2016, this was one of the states that Trump almost got. He got, remember, Pennsylvania he flipped, Michigan he flipped, Wisconsin he flipped on the strength of blue-collar white voters. Minnesota is a state that also has a ton of blue-collar white voters, a lot of them small cities, rural areas. And again, this number tonight is not looking as much like 2020 as it is 2016. Again, what saves Democrats, even in a close call like this in Minnesota, what saves Democrats is the immediate Twin Cities area here. You talk about like Hennepin County. It's the big population dense, suburbs, cities where, again, high concentrations of college degrees. And again, right on the number. Harris is right on the number. She's not dropping off at all in Hennepin County. So look, even if Trump is making gains, is winning back some of the votes that he surrendered in 2020 in blue-collar areas, Democrats count on this area. We take a look here where St. Paul is. Again, right on the number there for Harris. So typically for Democrats, if they can hit those big margins in the Twin Cities, they can withstand defections or losses in the more blue-collar areas. And it looks like Trump has made gains in the blue-collar areas, but so far the reason why he's still trailing with this much vote in is the Twin Cities are doing what Democrats depend on them to do.